Welcome to San Antonio by Night. I'm Rose and I will be your storyteller throughout this campaign. I'd like to let you know that we are playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, although there are pieces of this particular story that will not match up with the lore. The city was itself created before the new system was released, and so there are parts of it that may not make any particular sense with the general lore. But we are trying our best to play within the new system. Please know that our group as a whole has had extensive conversations around safety and consent within this game. There will be times and transitions throughout our game that may not make sense to you. We are doing everything within our power to protect the safety of people in our homes, including children, our players at the table, as well as keep the content within what we have agreed to. We encourage everyone, any role player, to have these kinds of conversations with everyone at their table. But specifically tonight, we would like to offer trigger warnings and content warnings for the following things. As we enter into tonight's episode, I would like to give you a little bit of information about the city. San Antonio came into being in its current state around about 100 years ago. The city itself is functioning on the understanding that the Sabbat incursion is still happening from South America. Literally, pun intended, San Antonio is the last stand, if you will, into Camarilla territory. It finds itself with an interesting situation. It's got 5 governors, 6 kind of, if you count Steve, and primogens and a prince. The division of power is an intricate structure within the city, and our 5 brand new vampires have thrown a ringer into that situation. Our particular story takes place with players who are not playing what is typical for Vampire the Masquerade. Normally, people have been vampires for a period of time. We, on the other hand, have made a decision to take human players, throw them into the mix of this particular brood of vipers, and watch what happens as they slowly lose their humanity and become the monsters that we all know vampires to be. This particular season of this city will have themes of loss of humanity, of watching one dive deeply into the darkest parts of their soul and try to decide whether they will or will not come out the same on the other side. We hope that you enjoy this city as much as we do. Good evening and welcome to San Antonio by Night. I am Rose, also known as RPG Mom on TikToks, and I will be your storyteller tonight. We're going to go around and introduce the cast. Moot.
Hi, I'm Mootley, otherwise known as Dell. I'll be playing Amelia Starr, our wayward, technically Toreador / Bruja, and I highly recommend playing any character that has kind of punk mentality, because if you want to cosplay, you can literally just roll out of bed, put some makeup on, and you're good.
Pretty much.
Summer.
I'm Summer, or Salty, on other platforms, Saltiest Unicorn. I will be playing Izzy, a chef turned vampire who is poisonous to sight right now because she's going to be fighting for her life.
Arielle?
I'm Arielle, also known as Rose of Stone, and I play Genevieve Wilson, also a Toreador, who's kind of done with everything at this point, based on last episode.
Well, she's asleep
now.
Fair enough.
I mean, is it asleep or is she just really unconscious, technically?
Kind of unconscious. Yeah, there's no dreaming that happens in the midst of it. So, good. Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie, known as Dungeon Mistress Katie on the TikToks. And I am playing Sylvie, the gang girl who thought she knew what was going on, or back to the beginning when she has no fucking clue what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Pro?
Hi, I'm Pearl. I'm Linen and Spice on TikTok, and I play Claudia Braithwaite, who is our Tremere murder kitten who is about to answer to her mentor in her office. So we will see what happens.
Yeah. So last we left off, the 5 third tradition violators, you all had a knockdown drag out in your haven with a what some of you thought was an intruder and what one of you knew to be the love of your life, that turned out to be a hunter of some
Still
kind.
an intruder.
Still an intruder.
Also an intruder.
Yes.
All of the above.
All of the above.
the more complicated version of an intruder.
They and 2 individuals that were with them came in. You all had an exchange of sorts, and a fight broke out. In the midst of the fight, there was Alexander went down. Also, the other 2 hunters went down. In a moment of grief, Genevieve was trying to kind of hold on to her love and have a moment, and then Amelia engaged in a little bit of fuckery, or a lot of bit of fuckery, in kind of challenging her, and a secondary fight breaks out amongst the coterie, not coterie. At that point, Genevieve ended up almost dead, and was torpored or staked, and the kind of big guns in the city have at that point shown up. So I believe Javier was there, and had told you that Steve was on his way, and I guess I should mention Amelia had live streamed the whole fight off to Javier, Trixie, and Butch, as well as Dat, or no?
Nope, just my people.
Just your people. Okay. And so the kind of big guns in the city are now starting to arrive, and you have been told that you are to report to Sombra's office. And they have begun to start moving the bodies in the apartment.
Help, I'm in danger.
Pretty much. Before we leave, I would like to ask Javier to let him know that I have a couple of my humans in the pantry downstairs, and if we could have a plausible, this was a break-in situation type thing, I would really appreciate them staying alive.
Humans in the pantry, not snacks.
Not
Please, not
snacks in the pantry. Javier seems less interested in that, but kind of gives you like a I don't give a fuck look at the moment. You all need to get to Elysium.
Okay. I hope somebody takes care of that.
We'll figure it out. There's enough masquerade violations seemingly going on here tonight.
Heard. And then, yeah. How are we getting to Elysium? Are they providing a car, or do we need to, take the van?
Do we go through the sewers?
Sewers?
What time of night would it be by now?
It's beginning to be early, pretty early. It was 2 or 3 when you started to leave the maker space. Oh shit!
It was 3 o'clock when we hit there because of the cleaning of the bar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's right.
But this exchange did not take a terrible amount of time, so I would say it's probably around 3:30.
I would recommend taking the van so we don't necessarily smell like shit.
That's That's a good
Yeah.
point.
The only thing is, there's only a few hours till sunrise, so we probably will have to stay in Elysium unless this is a quick appointment.
Right, this is not going to be a quick appointment.
If we
I
have to, we
don't
have
think
to.
so.
We have headquarters there.
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
Right.
All
You're
right.
driving, Amelia. But I'm gonna turn the music down.
Smart.
Yes, please.
We're
I
all
just
in it.
got a bit excited. It was a beautiful moment. You
It was
know?
a beautiful moment. I'm so glad I grabbed the wheel.
How was I to know the betrayal that was going to happen? It's like my art form. My art is violence.
That was not Jesus take the wheel moment. We did not do that.
Is he
Are you
taking
calling
the
yourself
moment?
Jesus or Jesus? I just need to clarify.
I am Hispanic.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
We
As
shall
I
drive
got
to the
the-
Alamo.
So
Any
as you get to the Alamo, which is Elysium, you all at this point have at least become a little aware of the general setup. When you arrive, there is immediately a Tremere that meets you. It's Claudia, you would know it as one of the other strike team members. The one that doesn't talk much. And says,
So we're not going to Benny Hill it.
Let's try not to this time.
you're to
Someone
be
is expecting us.
escorted to a holding cell for which you are probably familiar.
Yep.
Right.
Sure.
We're back here.
The way.
And all of you, or the four of you, find yourselves back in the holding cell in Elysium that you have been, that you found yourself in your very first night as vampires, or at least that you woke up as vampires.
Good times, good times. I wonder if Trixie's going to put me through a wall.
At least it's a familiar space.
Yeah.
Although everything else has changed since last time we were in here.
Like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Hmm.
Pretty much.
If that.
I doubt there's any cups to clank against the bars, so I'm just gonna sit and meditate.
It's more of just like a boxed room, like cemented in. There is like an observation window, and kind of a heavy metal door with, the like
Yeah.
looking people type thing.
We're all separated too, correct?
No, you're all together.
Oh, cool. We're actually together this time.
We were together last time.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay.
It's only been 3 weeks, guys.
What? We did this back in October. Ain't nobody remember anything.
So long.
I didn't go back that far for research.
So, after a little bit, there is a knock at the door, which you think is kind of polite for someone coming in for you all in holding.
God.
And in struts Sombra.
Struts.
Hi, Sombra.
Ladies,
We were told to report to you.
I would start reporting.
So you want us to tell you what happened here? First? I'm just clarifying before I start talking.
Alrighty. So we got permission from not LaDonna, Dolores.
Dolores.
Oh,
We
Dolores.
got permission from Dolores to
Now there's a ship.
Oh no!
We had intel that there was enemy stuff. There was a space that was being used potentially in our turning, and we were told to go investigate. So that's what we did. And afterward, checked my security systems and found that there was intruders in my haven, which is really bad, and started booking it back. We get back there and divide up to try and take these guys out, to find out that the intruder is apparently dating the one that's not here. They're involved. And at that point, a fight broke out. We took out all three of the intruders and, had to sedate our other person. I mean, I know that there's footage somewhere, and I know that there's pictures and things, but that's the long and short of it.
I put a stake in it.
Also, Izzy texted Steve, I believe, when she first found out that we had intruders in the haven, and Steve replied that we should deal with it. And I believe that's what we have done. Is there more that you would like to know?
I think the real fight broke out because when we arrived home, I believe the entrance theme for Genevieve was "Honey, I'm Home."
Yeah.
Because she already knew he was there.
Yeah.
She let us walk into a trap with, it appears, hunters.
Something wasn't right in the car ride on the way home. Sorry, Amelia.
No, you keep going. You've got more intel than I do. I'm the grunt.
I was sitting with Genevieve in the back of the car as we were coming back home, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I believe there was some phone communication that it might be worth checking her phone just to see if there was something that happened during that car ride, because something was off.
You're probably referring to what I mentioned to Javier. And that is, I personally believe that Victor is either behind this or directly involved. And that the reason why Genevieve was turned as a vampire, as a kindred, was because of her connections to the hunters. And he wanted to use those connections to sow more chaos. Because nothing gets him going anymore.
I mean, okay, well, it's definitely a hypothesis. I don't believe we have the burden of evidence to support that, but it's certainly something we could investigate and see what turns up. I don't have any alternate explanations, though. I don't know yet. Is there anything else specifically that you would like to know, Sombra?
So you all believe that Victor turned each of you, or is at least involved in the turning of you? You found sufficient evidence to point to someone specific being involved in your siring?
I'm the one that claims it.
Izzy.
This is not them. This is me. And I believe it was a bait and switch type tactic. I believe something got fucked up. Genevieve was the original target, and I think that they might have actually accidentally grabbed Amelia. Because why else would Amelia be turned into a Toreador? If it wasn't for bad information about their shared history in childhood. So, at that point, Let's grab a few more people. Let's sow extra chaos and misdirect everything and get the target we actually want. Because think about it. I mean, you've got Carson Dean's Kindred updates. You guys do read my emails, right?
No one reads
Don't
his
even.
emails.
Okay. Why do I even bother?
Can you send it to me in a Snapchat next time? Or like
Sure.
Like make a
Pretty
TikTok.
pictures and
You
arrows.
make a TikTok, I'll definitely see it.
TikTok.
I read them, Izzy.
Sombra just looks at you like, of course you do, you fucking.
Yeah.
The Toreadors collect their pretty pictures, right? The Ventrue are the ones that build the walls that they hang on. All right. Victor is a sociopath. Nothing gives him any pleasure anymore. Nothing does.
It's not
He
true.
got a small glimpse of excitement when he recognized a dress on Genevieve.
Mhm.
That's it. That's the last thing he's had. The question is what can this mere mortal bring to Victor that he didn't already have? Connections to a hunter. Hunters that could possibly take something out, take some of the other kin out. I mean, if not for Victor, but someone to use. So what it comes down to is Victor's got 0 fucks left to give. Javier has the war. Rue has her science. Dad has his information. They all have passion about something. Victor has nothing. And when you have nothing left to live, nothing left to go after, some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, they can't be bullied, they can't be reasoned or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn. And I believe that this was a way for him to watch the world burn.
Anything you'd like to share about these hunters that you...
Go, Sylvie.
I was just gonna say that we didn't know anything about these particular hunters. We didn't even know they were hunters until we walked in the door. But Genevieve knew, at least she knew that her boyfriend was an assassin, from what it seems. Like, she knew something. She didn't seem surprised that they were there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is clear that she had, like, she didn't walk in and there was no surprise on her face. Like, the honey, I'm home, it just seemed very, hey, I've delivered them to you kind of thing. Even though that may not have been the case, I don't know. It just seemed, it definitely felt like she was more interested in him being able to either get out. I don't know. It definitely didn't feel like we walked into a trap, is what it felt like. And that's, I think, why we were all so mad. So yeah, that's what I have to add.
He also seemed to know a lot about our society,
Mm-hmm.
almost more than us, and we've been here for 3 weeks.
Oh, his blood. It hurt me.
Say more.
Okay, so one of the things that when I was attacking him, because he pulled, you'll see the footage, but he pulled a gun on me and I was pissed. So I attacked him and I tried to rip out his throat with my teeth, and it burned. His blood burned me. So I don't know what that means, but that's not, I mean, as far as I know, when I was a human, my blood wasn't corrosive. So yeah, that's what, I mean, that's information that I hadn't shared with anybody. But it hurt a lot. It felt like I was being poisoned or burned from the inside out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that can't be normal, right? I mean, he's human. He died like a human. So why would a human have blood?
One of them, they were very strongly behind not being taken alive.
Also, none of them attacked Genevieve.
They talked about Plan A and Plan B.
Yeah.
And so there was a plan. And rather than being captured, one of them...
Yeah, she killed herself.
Themselves. And, you know, from a cinematographer's point of view, they did appear to be very...
A cell phone. Do not call yourself a cinematographer. That is not how that works. Might be a decent cell phone.
Well, you're supposed to be the big, bad, scary one.
I was the only one that ripped out a throat.
Well, a human managed to stand toe-to-toe with you.
He had blood that hurt me.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, so it wasn't just a human. It was something else.
There's something... I don't know if you can study what's left of the bodies, or there's something about them. They were fast and they were strong. And Sylvie here tried to bat the gun away from off the table. You see it in the footage, and he managed to. And you know, look, she's fast, she's strong, she's a gangrel, rah. He managed to get the gun before her. And then pointed at her head.
Yeah, which pissed me off.
They came armed
let's take out the emotion. Let's talk about this strategically.
Sorry.
Sylvie.
They came armed with stakes and with these little vial things, I think, that one of them threw on the ground, and it was almost like a flash fire.
Amelia produces one of them and gives it to Sumner.
They were prepared for us. And here's the thing. How could they have known that we were vampires unless someone told them?
They were had to have had suspicion that
Otherwise they wouldn't have shown up with all of their vampire gear. Like, I don't think that they walk around with stakes and flashy things.
Also, just from the way they were talking to each other, Genevieve's partner, the person that Genevieve knew, was clearly in charge. The other two were deferring to him with regard to decisions and taking orders.
So some kind of hierarchical system, and I don't know, phosphorus. No, I kind of flunked science class. I think that. Yeah.
I didn't even get to high school, so we're still.
Don't look at me. I do biology and physics. I'm not a chemistry person.
I know the chemistry of the inside of a cardboard box.
My workers.
You can see her like starting to just.
I feel like that needs to be on the TikToks.
My workers were drugged.
Yeah, I do think it's important.
And there's still one missing. And yeah, it set me off.
I think it is important to focus on the fact that they knew we were coming. There was no surprise. When we walked in, he was sitting there waiting for us. And how could he possibly have known we were coming unless he had been tipped off in some way? I think that's important. And I would like to okay, first of all, out of game. I'm assuming I'm still a cat.
No, the only time that you like keep your kind of feral look is when you've gone into a frenzy.
Okay.
And then it stays and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, well then I'm going to not start talking at that moment. Nope.
You kind of see Amelia like subterfugely, which she does have high skills in, kind of like shoot Sylvia a look of like keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, no. I didn't start talking. I realized the minute that I was like, wait, I don't think I'm a cat.
Okay.
No. Irrelevant.
Claudia? Anything else?
Yes. I mean, I tried some of the things you've shown me. I attempted twice to use blood sorcery on Genevieve, and I was not able to succeed on that. I don't know if that was. I just need to practice more. I don't know if that there was something that she's resistant. I don't know. But I tried and I failed, and I will get this.
But she did fight one of the hunters and get to take a chunk out of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And we found your cat alive.
Yeah. I hope Javier doesn't let him out.
I think he's too pissed.
Each of you is going to have to speak to whoever is in charge of you at some point. Do you recognize that all of you are responsible for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to stay here tonight. We need to watch some things and look into some accusations. Since I don't know if anyone's explained it to you, your friend is in what we call torpor, which means that she's basically been put in a unconscious state. So if you don't think that there will not be questioning and conversations, you are sorely mistaken.
We expected this.
With that in mind, anything else?
I don't think so.
I suspect you will have an audience of some kind tomorrow. How hungry are all of you?
Barely.
Who's hurt? Several of you are hurt, right?
I could do with a snack. Nothing normal. Somewhat
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm not hurt. I'm just hungry,
I'm a little bit.
and I'm
dinged up.
still trying to figure it out.
I'm hungry. I used up some of my, through attempting the blood sorcery. I did raise my hunger a little bit.
Sylvie's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Are there blood bags here that we can access?
Yes, we'll try to handle that. Except for I don't know what to do about you. And she looks at Izzy.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that you can do. I'm not feeling great. I was a bit of a target.
All right.
Sylvie's lucky she's still here.
He tried to stake me. It didn't work, clearly. But yeah, I definitely was the target.
Target! Made yourself the giant big threat bullseye.
You know what, Amelia?
Questionable.
It's almost as if it would have been helpful if you had armor on that covered your hearts.
Have you seen the dress? Seriously.
Amelia.
We were
Not
doing
the
something
time.
else first.
Hey. No,
But we should have.
that's not
we could've-
appropriate. I'll ask that afterwards.
Can't believe we were that stupid.
Oh, I'm not saying that most of us don't walk around with armor on, but you all seem to have been given the keys to the kingdom and it didn't work, or you left them at home.
I guess we certainly didn't expect our evenings. We were just going on an investigation mission. We didn't expect combat, and the fact that this happened in our home. I mean, how the hell did they find us?
GPS location.
Welcome
Bye.
to the events of the night. And she turns around and walks out.
Am I not getting... Okay.
That damn armor wouldn't have fit under the chef coat, okay?
How are we supposed to even
I
put it back
know.
on? Because it was bolted into our bodies. Like, how would we
Is it-
even put it back on?
They fixed it.
Is it
When they took it off,
inappropriate to
Yeah,
ask?
it's
Is it inappropriate to ask if Genevieve's still using her chest plate?
Like, is that too
Let's-
soon? Is that what you're saying?
Just really is like, because that's more metal. That's more my vibe than.
Let's
I
Yeah,
couldn't
but
hear you,
let's
Ariel.
see what happens.
Would her chest plate even fit Amelia
I
though?
was
Like
about to
they're
say,
formed. They were all like precisely fitted to our specific
I don't know.
forms.
And unless you have the exact same cup size, probably not
Who
going to be
knows?
Amelia would
Oh.
try. I could see Amelia trying.
Just like squish the boobies in.
Should we have told Sombra about what we found at the hangar?
Too late
All that stuff
didn't
went to
think of
Steve
that.
and Dat. Like, they already have it, and they're
Oh,
going to be
that's
looking at
true.
all the footage while we're all asleep.
That's true, but it seems. I mean, we found somebody who potentially actually made the armor in the first place. They could probably do alterations for us. Well, assuming
They're
you
still
know what I
alive.
mean. Like, yeah, assuming they're
You
still
do
alive. Maybe we
alterations
can.
on metal? I mean, you
Well,
can.
you know, I mean,
reform it.
to
He can
turn.
reshape rings. I don't know. It's not what I like. Let me think about the
Yeah,
skill
but
sets
you
that I
would-
have.
Sure.
Armor.
But if you were to
Okay,
take, if you take metal that has been
To be
I'm gonna stop. No.
Genevieve's chest plate isn't just metal though; it's been pearlized. There's like ceramic
Yeah.
stuff that won't hold
Yeah.
up to heat on it.
Yeah.
No, you would have to definitely it would take away the strength. It would end up being bad for us because if you heat a thing of tempered steel, if you reheat tempered steel,
Every
It's
time we
it's
talk
okay.
about
Sylvie?
a craft
Sylvie?
or
She goes like this.
smithing,
Actually, if you were just wondering here for a second, I'd like to explain to you
I'm
how
sorry,
like
I'm watching
virgins and
Fortune
glory holes
Fire.
work.
God,
That's why we go straight to the experts, the people who actually made the armor in the first place, and then who
I've
can
watched so
know
much
what to do with it.
Fortune Fire that I'm clearly an expert in
I understand.
steel.
just before we zoom out from this moment, Amelia goes over and gives Sylvie a hug
Oh God.
and says, "You broke the masquerade, so you need to choose how you go deal with that." Really quietly,
Okay.
Can I
because
pick that up with?
yeah, she's not. She's more hiding it from people watching them than the people in the actual room who already have heightened senses. It's like, we kept our mouth shut.
Okay.
You need to find a way. And then she just like backs off.
So after a few minutes, a set of blood bags arrives for you all to feed and heal yourselves a little bit. Depending, I would say I'm going to get you all back down to 2, however you want to do that, with the exception of Izzy.
You gonna roll for it?
I mean, you're actually not really supposed to be able to do it. Oh,
I keep thinking and imagining that there's like this tap system that they're developing in the Ventru sections where like, okay, this is brunette.
Keep
this
the blondes on tap.
yeah.
The redheads cracked a fresh one this morning.
The keg, man. I was gonna go downstairs and like tap the keg.
Do you do keg stands on ghouls?
Or
You can't do it. You try, and you're like,
Blech.
heard. All right, I'll be okay. She's
All
due
right.
for a good frenzy here soon anyway.
I feel like they almost knew. Like, we're not gonna send any blood bags that'll work for Izzy.
Can can we use this opportunity to heal aggravated damage as well?
You shouldn't have. Oh, because you had lots of superficial damage.
I just have one aggravated marked off.
Was that from
I
the
forget
blood?
exactly.
The fire.
Oh.
It was. I can't remember what it was from, but yeah.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to sleep too. So.
Okay.
So yes.
I have an 8 humanity, just out of game, meaning that I wake up an hour before everybody else.
Okay.
In case that's any kind of importance for you.
Sure. So we will kind of, you guys don't hear another peep for the rest of the night. The next morning, go ahead and roll your rouse check.
Out of curiosity, while we're bookkeeping, would Genevieve have taken hunger from what she did? I don't know if, because you didn't
No.
have me take hunger from any of the like sense the unseen stuff or
No,
anything like that.
It's not. They're not hunger or pulling.
It's just a D10, correct?
Correct.
I
I
failed.
failed. Back up to 3 hunger.
Okay. You failed.
Mm-hmm.
What's your hunger? Okay. Like a 10?
I'm
What?
my. Oh.
Okay. So you're the only one that succeeded.
The only one who took no damage, really did nothing like
No
offensively.
Besides instigating things.
Documented.
Instigating and filming. Here
Yeah.
we go.
You're a cinematographer.
That I am. Just like any man with a microphone's a podcaster.
Throughout the next little bit, you at least like have the person who is person or persons who oversee you will at least have like laid eyes on you. And you can see it as kind of like you start to get the sense that they are checking in and having to report themselves as to what's going on. You do also get a visit from Willow, who just, like slides the thing open. Had you all met her yet? Anyone met her? Okay.
There's a random set of eyes.
Yeah. I'm normally pretty chipper.
I mean, you're out there. We're in here, so what can we do for you?
Willow. My name's Willow. I was in charge of Genevieve.
Oh,
Did you meet a boyfriend?
I had.
Hunter. Turns out.
Wait, what?
Did you know he was? I can imagine you wouldn't know he was a hunter because you would have probably killed him. Never mind. Silly question.
You met him?
He was present when we cleaned out her apartment.
She didn't mention that to us.
I mean, she did take a long time cleaning out that apartment.
There's a lot of stuff. It's Genevieve. You think she didn't have a fuck ton of shit?
There.
What was their vibe like?
What do they even have a conversation about?
You all think I'm going to report to you?
No, just chatting.
Oh, sorry. No, that was not the intention.
About someone who mutually screwed us over.
Mm.
Yeah, we're not thrilled.
Friend of my enemy, friend of my friend.
sucks to not feel safe in your own home anymore.
That's why a lot of us get rid of our homes.
Where do you live? Where do you sleep?
I mean, sleeping and a home are very different.
I suppose, yeah.
So is there anything else we can do for you? Because we're just kind of sitting and waiting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Checking out the zoo.
Checking out what the fish in the barrel look like.
But like, you're on the hook too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why? I don't understand.
Because she's in charge of her. This is how it works. Remember?
Yeah, we don't have sires.
Oh.
So whoever is
Sometimes
in
I
charge
forget
of
you guys don't know these things about, like, I've grown up, kind of. Yeah, she's responsible for everything that Genevieve did. Not because she actually did it, but because Genevieve did it.
Yes, but if you recall, the prince assigned you all that same responsibility.
Oh no, we're all screwed. We're just screwed together. So we're a fish in a barrel. You're a fish outside the barrel, gasping for air.
Fair enough.
How the frying pan into the fire.
But hopefully we can all find our way back to the ocean. How's that, analogies?
But you know what's going to happen if we find our way back to the ocean? We're freshwater fish. Like,
Oh God, Sylvie.
This metaphor just got very strange.
Sylvie copes in very strange ways.
she's not handling it well at all.
She's good at hurting people.
I don't think the phrase is staking fish in a barrel. So we might be okay because I think if I remember correctly,
This is her when she's having a panic attack. She was like this 3 weeks ago when she was first turned. I think she's
This room is
regressing.
triggering to me. I mean, this room is rough for me. This is where I had my biggest panic attack in a while, and I'm just like I'm just reliving that because
And she just like slowly closes it while you're talking.
I love Willow.
Okay.
This is
Anything
the
you
Silver
all
we
want-
all know and love.
Anything you all want to discuss?
She's not handling life well. Right
Try,
now. Life.
do, talk to each other about.
If Sombra comes back, is it possible to have a quiet one-on-one with her?
Sombra does not come back.
Okay.
So we all could die in the next like 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
So
everyone's cool.
I'm just now picturing Amelia actually eating Twizzlers in this enclosed room. Like, where the fuck did she find them?
Also, why is the blueberries?
So like pulled it out with the cheese, so it's
Yeah.
like stinky cheese.
Amelia, who can't eat food,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is now using food as a prop.
So here's my question, guys. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I did this whole cat thing, and like didn't that may not have been the greatest idea I've ever had in my life because I didn't know what was going on, and it's the thing. But they're all dead now, so like, is it really that bad if they're all dead?
Did Izzy's
You can
people
remind
see
them
you?
that.
That's part of the only problem is
No,
that
is these people didn't see us? See me? Is these people didn't see me?
the catch-22 argument that I kind of wish that, pondering saying this out loud, that Genevieve could use against us is that you
Right.
broke the masquerade first.
But if she hadn't,
But did we?
if she hadn't told us, or if she had told us that what we were walking into, or not had us go back to the apartment, I wouldn't have done it out of fear.
We would have
And
gone
out
back to
of-
the apartment either way.
Yeah.
Somebody was breaking into my house.
Fair.
The thing of it is that did we break the masquerade first? Because they're there in our house before you ever did anything.
Yeah.
Meaning that they had to know we were there. Meaning that somebody else broke the masquerade first.
Yeah.
It had to have been Genevieve. Whether it had been
wouldn't be
GPS
us.
on the phone, secret text messages, whatever happened in the damn apartment when she was cleaning her apartment out.
Yeah, that's a new thing. We didn't know she was already having chitty chats with him.
Exactly.
I didn't even know he was still in contact with him. I thought he disappeared somewhere. I thought like he was off killing people in like Amsterdam or some shit.
I mean, to be fair, so did Genevieve.
So the thing of it is that you didn't break the masquerade first. Even if Genevieve tries to throw that, I'm sorry, there's too much here that said too much coincidence that says it was not us first.
Right.
And we went there with the plans of dealing with a home invasion
Right.
to find it was fucking hunters.
We were given full on like deal with it. And my best way to deal with it is by catting out, because I'm not a wolf. So catting out, and because that's when I'm the most powerful and I can kill people the best when I'm a cat.
And
So-
honestly, I mean, I don't know if we could have dealt with it any other way.
No, I mean I would likely not be here if I hadn't, because I had 2 fucking hunters on top of me at one point. Like I feel like if I weren't in that state, I would also be in torpor. But
I would probably present the argument that you had no choice because Genevieve wanted to make peace and have chat with them and not take care of them.
are we assuming that she didn't know?
And you wait.
Sorry.
Let me finish my sentence, Sylvia. I know you're in the midst of a panic attack, but listen to the old lady. Relatively. You were standing there. Jenna, you were in, I mean, like, if she brings it up, it's up to her. You were already in beast mode. They had to die. The humans had, like, humans or hunters or whatever, they had to die because they couldn't leave knowing that you were what you were.
Sure.
But because them leaving knowing that you were a vampire, because you were a giant, clawed, facey lady, means a masquerade break, and we take care of it, and Genevieve didn't want you to.
To be
But
fair,
it's also all
if they had
filmed.
just,
Sorry.
if they had just been, regular break and enter, we could have used cloud memory like we did on Earl earlier that night, but not when we figured out who they were.
No.
That option was removed.
Right.
I don't think they were considering unsuspecting.
They definitely knew we were showing up. The fact that they knew we were coming, there was no, oh my god, like normal people when they're well, okay, so every time I've broken into a house, like,
Wait,
I
what?
would have been shocked, huh? I mean, well, okay, but
You've broken into houses?
honey, Claudia, I've been on the street for 13 years. And in order to survive, sometimes I had to do a little, light breaking and entering, little stuff, take
Light breaking into?
Just a little,
like slit open a screen door and like slip inside.
Because
Yeah,
that's
it's like
less
that from the
breaking and
Princess
entering
down the hallway.
versus
I'm
like
sorry.
driving a car
That's
into a
like-
house. Is that the
you're-
option?
Versus like breaking a lock. Like
There's
there's-
still
there's-
break and enter.
there's levels to this
No.
whole deity thing.
There's not. You still break into the house.
So
But my point
as your
is, if someone had come back and like it had come home, I would have been scared and I would have run away. I wouldn't have sat there at the table and gone, "Hey guys," like it's not the thing that I would have done. So there's a difference.
Dude did want his like Pulp Fiction Reservoir Dogs moment of being cool.
All right. As you're bantering back and forth, you hear a set of heavy footsteps coming down the hallway. And the door opens and you see Steve, Kai, and Sombra all standing there.
Hi, Kai.
And Steve says, I will take you into your audience with the prince. You need to understand that you have accused a primogen of treachery, that you have discovered a Inquisition hunter in connection with your group.
Inquisition.
And in general, there are a lot of things that were not the greatest about how all of this went down over the last week or so. Now, do you agree to not use your abilities and not make us restrain you in order to take you into the audience with the prince?
Yes.
Of course.
Yep.
Great. Let's go. And you see for the first time the three of them are in kind of like their own, like they clearly sent the muscle to come get you.
We just took down an Inquisition hunter. I should hope so.
What does that mean?
No, baby, we are still but flies on a donkey's ass.
Absolutely. But I can pretend.
You took down an Inquisition hunter because my dice hate me.
And let's also be fair, your dice probably hated you because Alexander wasn't expecting a nest of vampires, he was expecting a nest of ghouls.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
At least I finally have a body count.
Yeah.
That's the upside here. That is the upside. Clearly.
That's the upside?
Congratulations.
I didn't
Welcome
even
to
enter my body
Monsterhood?
count, so.
Wait, is he gonna start keeping track too?
So as you all walk down the hallway and the familiar, beautiful doors that enter into the prince's office / Elysium, the doors open and you find that everyone, as far as you know, is there. Before it seemed like there was, people sitting in different categories. It was a reasonable amount. There is a significant amount of people, kindred, in this room. Significantly more. Other people you've come across, and they're all, tensions are clearly high. The primogens are all in their seats, with the governor standing next to them in each of the kind of areas where they all sit. And it's at this point, Sylvie, that you realize how outnumbered you really are as 3 gangrel. You walk in and you are escorted very much like before to stand in a line across the front. Sitting in a chair in the midst of this kind of where you come is Genevieve, staked. Hi.
Hello.
My liege.
What a fuckery this is. You know, I really was trying to do a kindness by not killing you all.
We do appreciate the chance. We also found where our armor was made and have lots of leads onto where this potentially was started and why.
You have leads for what might be happening in my city.
Yes, we just got them and sent a lot of all that information off to Dat.
There was all kinds of information sent tonight. Well, last night. And she looks at you, Amelia. I'm feeling kind this evening. Do you understand you're sitting trial?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very much.
Yes.
What are you sitting trial for?
I made an accusation, and we are all responsible for each other. And there was a big mess.
Masquerade breaches. Masquerade breaches.
How about we do trial by desire this evening? You desired to be a coterie before, did you not? Application accepted.
Oh no.
Amelia's face just goes, because she was going like this when everyone else was nodding, because she knew, and she's like, and kind of glances up and tries to like look at find Trixie.
Now that you're a coterie, all of you, glancing at the chair, what would you like to say for yourselves?
We put a stop to a traitor in our midst.
You had a traitor in the midst of your coterie, and you didn't do anything about it?
We did.
But we did.
We did once we found out.
We took action the moment we found out. We put an end to their connections. And we did not give them final death, as that is against the rules.
Do you, as a coterie, all agree to the accusations for which was being made towards one of our primogen?
I don't believe there's enough evidence. Sorry, Izzy.
I made the accusation. It was mine to stand on.
What is your desire with that information and accusation?
As a group or just Izzy?
Sure, Sylvie, what is it?
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have talked. I just want to know who is trying to undermine you, because that is not what I want.
Your desire is that I remain in power?
Yes.
Good. Isabella?
Yes. You hold everything here in a very fine balance. We have seen that over the last few weeks. And I have seen that because I'm familiar with power struggles.
I'm sorry. Is your desire to kiss my ass or answer my question?
I want a dangerous element. And yes, we are all kind here and all various forms of dangerous. I want a dangerous element removed from being in its place, especially a place of power. And somebody who has no fucks left to give means that they won't care what damage they do to the entire masquerade.
This is where you are sorely mistaken. Some people have fucks that they give in different ways. Your accusation has been heard and been found in error. Be very careful, coterie. One might even say that you could consider that a strike against you as a group. It's a dangerous game. I would stop talking. Izzy. Now for the other issue. We have heard from Willow several days ago that there was a breach in the masquerade. She has been overseeing and in communication with us about such things. Unfortunately, we didn't know it was this shitty, did we? And she glances over towards the hunter in the not vampire section. So, I think it's time that we talk to your friend, don't you?
At your leisure,
And
ma'am.
she jumps up, runs over, and pulls your stake out, Genevieve.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, darling. Wake
I
up.
feel like I'm probably very disoriented when I
Yeah, she likes to wake up.
I see Winifred Sanderson. Wake up, darling.
She like pokes your nose,
Mm-hmm.
taps your face. Hi.
Hello.
You're kind of in a shit problem. Do you have any desires that you'd like fulfilled before you die?
She's like, not even looking at anybody but the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not even just that she's like doesn't realize they're there. She's like pointedly ignoring the rest of you. I just want to go home.
You want to take anybody with you?
I don't care about anyone here enough to.
Okay. And suddenly you find yourself walking in the fields of your country farm. As you've walked through these fields hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times before, you can see the grass as it's gently breeze. You can move your hand across the wheat. Where would you like to go?
There's a big tree on like a sort of like semi-low hill, sort of towards like the back edge of the property, like away from where the road entrance and stuff is. That she and her brothers used to climb a lot, and there's like a tire swing attached to it and stuff like that. And there's like the very like well-loved, but at this point sort of disused remnants of a treehouse that's towards the top of it. And she's gonna sort of like make her way through the grounds towards that hill and climb up to sit at the base of the tree.
Okay.
Not right against the tree, sort of like a little bit in front of it.
Okay. As you start to kind of walk that way, those of you that are in Elysium, suddenly see Genevieve's eyes start to gloss over. And the prince says to you, "It's time to hold your friend." And each of you are deeply compelled to surround her chair and each have a hold on her. Okay, Genevieve. You go to the tree?
Mm-hmm. And sit down.
What do you want to do?
And just wait and enjoy sort of like that, like pre-dawn kind of.
Mm-hmm. So as you're there, you swing on the tree. You get bored for a little bit, lay in the grass. You can hear the sounds up from the house, right? Just slightly in the distance. You know that your mom is there cooking, that you can hear the tractors coming in. You can hear the spatter of one of your brother's trucks because it's crap.
Yeah.
And he's never fixed the damn thing. Right? It's so just like the perfect early morning, right? When because farm people are up early.
Chores have to get done first.
Chores have to get done. And you've never really found yourself this early at the tree before.
Yeah. Usually I'd be helping.
Yeah. And you kind of aren't sure if you're hiding or why it is that you're there, but it's like it's when you have those moments of home and it just feels like a hug.
Like stepping back and looking at the full picture kind of. Yeah.
And so would you like to stay there, or do you want to go watch the sunrise from the tree? Where's your intent to watch the sunrise?
I think she'd stay sort of on the ground and just kind of move down a little bit so that she's not so far under the tree that the branches are obscuring the sky. And just plop down, sort of I envision her in her head. She's in one of her favorite dresses, which is a very kind of country-esque style, pretty white with floral pattern kind of thing, and a cool chunky belt. And she'll just sit down with her cowboy boots sticking out from the bottom of the thing and just lean back and just absorb the sky as it changes color slowly.
And as the sky starts to change colors, you feel that deep Toreador type pull towards the beauty and the colors as they start but it's also really warm, you're starting to get kind of uncomfortably warm, but you're not afraid in any way because the sun light is so these colors, right? And they're just these magnificent purples and blues, and there's perfect puffy clouds that are over, and it almost feels as the light is growing that the trees start to bend in order that you can really embrace the beauty of it, and you get kind of lost in just the magnificence of it all. And as the sun crests the hill and you look off, any final thoughts?
No, just wordless peace.
And so the combination of peace and beauty overcome you. And you kind of smile to yourself, knowing that you feel safe and at home. And without pain, you burst into flames and suddenly start to turn to ash there. In that breeze comes through and the ashes start to scatter at the bottom of the tree. In Elysium, You all suddenly holding your friend like rapid fire in a matter of 10 seconds. See this entire vision. All of you in your brains. And she bursts into flames. And I need you all to make a frenzy check.
Oh no.
It's just a D10, right?
Yes.
That's your willpower.
Is it?
your
Is
will-
it's
power.
willpower?
Mhm.
I forgot.
Okay.
Welcome to aggravated damage, both emotional and physical. Fire.
I went for the jugular by design,
3, okay.
emotionally anyway.
3, you 2 succeed. 5, you succeed. You had a 2. Okay. So, while this is happening, right, and I told you rapid fire see it in your mind, her eyes had gone black, and she suddenly, through this vision, starts bleeding from her eyes and her ears, and her body actually catches fire. And when her body catches fire in the sunlight, you all immediately, while holding her, like jerk away. And Amelia, where would you like to run? You frenzy.
So
But it's a
Amelia.
terror frenzy.
Yeah, and Amelia is extra touched because she comes from the same place. Amelia actually grew up and knows the area and is very familiar with it. So
You
she
might have
becomes-
even gone to the farm
Yep.
once when you were a kid. Mhm.
So she's like
and played on that
really
swing.
Yeah.
emotionally childhood that she kind of chose to forget is suddenly goes boom 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 and then fire, and she just loses it, lets out this guttural scream in only the way that a punk musician can really get into that deep place, and starts running, runs in the direction of the Bruja.
You are cut off by Steve, who wraps you until you kind of can get out of your terror.
Yeah.
And those of you that are standing there still holding her, she just slowly becomes ash underneath her in the chair. And Steve kind of just shoves you back in that direction. And you realize as you look around that everyone in the room seems to have seen the same thing you did. And when you come back up, the prince leans in very close and holds up the stake. Says, "I'm keeping this." Well, fuck! There seems to be a mess on my floor. While we're filling desires in this particular trial, anyone else have any desires that they'd like fulfilled? LaDonna? Any desires that you'd like to bring before the court? And she just, no. Really? Because I could have sworn there was something you wanted. You must have changed your mind, huh? Because I wouldn't be wrong, would I? Is there anything the church would like to say about how this went? And looks over to the nun. No. It was merciful. as if she was being told that they approved of her faith choice. Good. Do the hunters have anything that they'd like to say? No. Well, LaDonna, since we're all here and there seems to be no other problems happening around here, you and your people wouldn't mind cleaning up this mess, would you?
Oh.
I'm sure this new coterie will help.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Claudia gets down on the floor.
Is there a broom and dustpan someplace that I can?
Nope. I'll take off my jacket, start wiping up the ashes.
As well, before you act, you were kind of like everybody kind of. She goes, "Great, court adjourned," and she gets up, and for the first time you have ever seen this happen, storms out of the room. You realize you've never seen her leave the room. And we're going to take a break.
Jesus fuck.
And we're back. So as the prince storms out of the Elysium gathering room, and you realize that Steve specifically seems very concerned. As she walks out, and he is kind of disoriented by that. And you realize that like everyone is kind of shaking it off. As you glance around the room, you realize that Willow has a little bit of the blood coming from her eyes and her ears, similar to the way that Genevieve was, and seems to be in a pretty like dazed state, as if she had been hurt in that process, like physically hurt in a similar way to Genevieve. And everyone stands kind of like, is that it? For a few moments. Victor gets up and walks out of the room. And as he gets up and walks out of the room, the other Toreador seem to start filing out, and it kind of like releases this, like, as people are like, we got to get out of here. Right. And you can see LaDonna kind of starting to talk to folks around her and is giving orders for helping clean up. The humans that are normally there, right, all seem to bail pretty damn quick. And the rest of the vampires kind of start talking and murmuring, but everybody seems to be in a little bit of shell shock. What would you like to do?
I will start cleaning up the ashes. And I'd want to pocket a small amount of it.
Okay.
And put it. Sorry. So Amelia will go over to Willow and put her hands just on her arms, and like, hey, we're alive somehow. Genevieve, not so much.
I don't really want to talk to you.
Okay. Never mind. Tried. Good luck.
Maybe another time.
Sure.
And she kind of just like bolts out like she's gonna go talk to Victor.
Are Zara and Kai there still?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over to them.
You okay?
No. Not okay. That's not how I thought the day was gonna go. I don't mean today, but yesterday.
Yeah.
I tried to remember what you guys taught me as best I could. And I tried to protect my coterie, which apparently we're a coterie now.
Yeah. Huh. Congratulations.
I don't think these were the circumstances we were hoping for. But I did what I thought was best in the time. And I'm trying to keep my temper under control. But I'm not sure I did the right thing. So I'm sorry.
And you can see her kind of internally try to figure out what she's going to say. And then she just stands up and puts her hands on your face and says, sometimes being the big bad feeds a monster inside you that you don't want. We all have to learn to find some balance.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of glances over, and you can see Kai just drop his head.
I also realize that there's not very many of us. So I want to make sure that I'm not putting us in any danger by my actions.
Yeah, man. It's all right. We, maybe we taught you to be too big of a badass. And you can see him, like, look over at Zara. And he just kind of gets overwhelmed and leaves.
Okay.
You have to be careful, Sylvie. You exposed yourself as a vampire to those humans.
I wasn't really thinking about it.
You're lucky that that wasn't you today.
Okay. I'll try to remember that going forward. I'm sorry.
They're your family, just like we are.
Yeah. I wanted to-
Everyone in vampire society, for the most part, is out for something.
Mhm.
And you all have got to figure out how to trust the people that stand at your side. She won't let another incident go by without all of you being punished.
Okay.
I would say consider yourselves with 2 strikes.
Okay.
You lost a friend today. That sucks. Kai could probably use to hear from you that you don't hate him.
What, he thinks I hate him? Why would he think that I hate him?
Kai feels like he taught you to be what he tries not to be.
No. I mean, thing that we didn't take any... It's not hit. No?
Give him a little bit.
Okay.
He's a kind heart.
I'll go see him later.
Okay. And she kind of just like lifts your chin to look at her. It's okay.
And Sylvie just hugs her around the middle.
And she like pulls your head into her shoulder.
We're very much the touchy-feely clan.
We have big emotions here, man.
All right. Others? I don't know why my thing is like.
Claudia's on her hands and knees, using her hands to scoop up Genevieve to help clean up. While she's doing that, for a little bit, I think she's just like on autopilot. But then she becomes aware of the room around her and uses her heightened senses to just listen in on any conversations that are happening around her, especially between primogens and things like that. If anybody's having conversations.
As you're like scooping her, Monty strolls up. Give us a minute. We'll get you something to put her in. I gotta figure out if I can send her home.
I think she'd like that.
Yeah. So after a minute, he comes back and seems to have like kind of an urn-like container.
Claudia just
not to be weird, but just y'all bring her to me later. I gotta.
I'll
Yeah.
bring her around. Thanks, Monty. Claudia just kind of watches the ash fall down, from her hand into the urn.
Amelia has not touched the ashes at all and is just watching. And then pulls out, because as any good emo / goth punk chick, she always has eyeliner on her. And she pulls out some eyeliner and she adds another mark on her face. And then picks up a little bit of the ash and then runs it down the mark. And just takes a deep breath and says, "There's another one for me."
Could any of us have heard or seen that? I imagine Claudia would.
She wasn't hiding at that time. As Monty gets ready, after he brings the thing back, walks over, he just puts his hand on your shoulder, in a comforting, but in a look at me way, and makes eye contact with you. Smart recording it.
Cover my butt, right?
Also, you're a dick. And he kind of doesn't quite punch you, but kind of way too hard, Like a dad pat on the face, but with like a little bit of a sting.
Like, you reckon up those that kill list pretty quick, kid.
And he just turns and walks.
I guess I will, after making sure we're set there, see if LaDonna's still around.
LaDonna appears, she has not moved really from her spot. Despite being kind of instructed to clean it up, she has certainly ordered people to help with that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's supervising said ash cleanup.
Absolutely.
In her own...
Typical.
I can see that.
You see her pull out her phone, type something, text message or something, and your phone buzzes.
I will check it kind of quietly.
It says, meet me in my office.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll start to head over to the office.
Okay. Anything else in the room? After it's cleaned up, Monty seems to, come over and very reverently takes the urn, pulls off his cowboy hat, holds it to his chest, and walks out.
Is Sombra around still?
She left while you guys were cleaning. You realize she's been very hard to read.
At some point, I'd like to try and track her down in her office.
Okay. Are you
I
all
think we
gonna
all
go...
kind of
Yeah, are you guys gonna split or are you gonna go to the different places together?
Amelia will just again go up to Sylvie and put it hold a hand. Sometimes you have to clean up your own mess. Even if you make it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be a big bag and scary. I gotta go see some people.
Okay.
Stay out of trouble.
I'll try.
Just stay out of Trixie's way.
I can
at
do that.
least. Yeah.
That I can do.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Amelia, I noticed you. Does this mean something?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Amelia just turns and walks out.
So what are we doing, folks?
I'm heading
what are
to
we doing
LaDonna's
from here?
office.
I want to go see Sombra. Should we meet up afterwards and go home?
Do we have a home still?
Oh God.
No. We'll have to figure something out. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we could stay in Elysium, at least until we figure something out.
I also still have my apartment. It has blackout curtains. So you're welcome to come over. If we do, can I swing by and pick up pebbles from the apartment before we go?
Sleep in a big old puppy pile.
I'm a cat, remember?
I think Claudia just grabs everyone in a group hug, whoever's in the conversation.
Right. Time to face the other part of my music.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Sorry.
It's a
All
big
right.
old bit dance number.
When you go down, there is shockingly very little happening in the you're used to some like hustle and bustle in the Ventru corridor, but there is like nothing going on, and there is like not a fucking Ventru in sight.
Fuck. This is where she pushes me through a wall and I'm dead and gone. All right.
Oh, I thought it was pushes you through a wall and has sexy time. I thought that's what happened when people push you into walls in Elysium. Isn't that the standard? It doesn't happen for
That's
everybody.
reserved for you and Trixie.
Ayo.
You knock
Right.
on the door.
Knock on that door.
You hear, "Come in," but it's not LaDonna's voice.
It's Victor.
It's Mrs. Smith's voice.
Oh.
You
You'll
come
come
in, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith are standing on either side of LaDonna's desk.
Absolutely. And I'll close the door and stand there.
Go ahead, sit.
Sit.
We're waiting on one more. And after a minute or so, Juan steps in the room. Walks in, leans against the bookcase by the door, nods over at LaDonna. Well, that didn't work very well, did it?
Didn't seem to.
We'd like you to know that we appreciate you showing your loyalty to the clan.
Thank you.
I asked you to do something on our behalf, and you attempted it.
Victor's still a piece of shit.
No matter what, you have to a degree undermined him. At least added some question. And in that regard, we will call it successful. It did not work. You understand? You pointed at all of us to a degree. Although indirectly. But the most impressive part is that you took all the credit for yourself. Which we see as a loyalty. So, she reaches into her desk, pulls something out, shuts the door, and throws it to you. It's keys.
House keys, car keys.
House keys.
Okay.
Your haven has been compromised.
Yeah.
Your business will be closed.
I expect as much.
That
Yeah.
These are keys to your new high-rise haven that you may have your friends move into. This is our way of saying, good job, sous chef.
Thank you. I'll take
Go
better care of this one.
Lay low.
Absolutely.
Very low.
Absolutely. Do you know what happened to my humans?
Your people were taken care of. They are not dead.
Thank you.
They have been given new job offers. And under the current situation, they are eager to not work for you.
Don't blame them.
You have positions in the city that you are going to help communicate, help build from the background while you lay low.
I can do this.
And that is how you will support the clan for now.
Let me know what you need me to do.
Thank you for your devotion.
Kind of liking my own life, to be honest. Gonna try and
Anyone
control it.
else? And she glances around the room. Juan leans forward. Stay out of the war.
Okay.
You are currently a target on our backs.
So this has nothing to do with the window, right? The window.
They're like, the what?
What?
We're good. I'm just happy to not be dead.
Something you want to share?
I do not have the physical dexterity to be in the war, so I will stay far from it. And I'm really hungry, and I still haven't figured that out either.
She looks over to Mr. Smith. He's like, does this have to do with you being not sneaky? We gotta figure out what you can eat. And LaDonna looks over and says, I would suggest to you that that be your top priority. You
I
can
have a
learn
list.
to live within the masquerade that way. And to maybe teach your friends a thing or two about it. Please fuck off.
Absolutely. I'll take my keys and bolt.
As you're walking down the hallway, Mrs. Smith kind of like catches up to you, puts a hand on your shoulder. You okay?
I will be. It's not every day that you get threatened with death and death and death again. So
It's kind of like one of the major negotiation tactics of our community.
learning that. I do have a list though and a chart. We need to figure out what I can eat.
Yeah.
But I'll get my coterie that we now have together.
And you didn't have to trash a show. Unfortunate.
We miss trashing a show?
Yeah, she typically, as part of the initiation process, makes everyone go secretly destroy some kind of Shakespeare play in the background.
Maybe we could do one anyway. Just like
It would probably
Like-
put you in her good graces.
plans. I'll put that in my calendar and start like setting it up to find the notifications and message and real quick text everyone, hey guys, we have a new place. I'll pick you up when you're done in your areas. Meet you out
One of them goes unread.
Good. I will readjust afterward my group contacts. Not delete, but just new group.
Okay. Emotional damage.
Only took 14 episodes. It's fine.
Stop.
I'll just
Right.
at that point, unless Mrs. Smith has anything else, I'm gonna head over to like the van area and let everyone know that I'm waiting there so that we can go to the new place.
Okay. Claudia?
I'd
Double
like
the
to find
Sombra
Sombra.
in a single episode.
Hmm?
Sorry, I just said double Sombra.
I'll go to her office, knock on the door.
Come in.
Hi. I'll shut the door behind me and have a seat.
I told you there would be no more hugs.
Is there a butt coming?
Are you all right?
I'm not sure. It's been a day.
That I can imagine.
Are you okay?
I'm in less trouble than you are. But I am still in trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we got you in trouble.
I'm more concerned about the fact that that should not have been fucking possible.
That hunters found us, you mean?
No.
What shouldn't be possible?
The fact that we all saw what happened in her mind and that she controlled her mind so strongly that she actually burst into flames like she was standing in front of the fucking sun.
She shouldn't be able to do that?
No. No one should be able to do that.
I mean, what kind of skills does Clan Malkavian have?
I mean, have we just been without a Malkavian for so long that we've forgotten what they're capable of? Why is she the only Malkavian in the city?
Doesn't make sense.
They have control. They have the mind control.
Okay.
But
so-
that? No.
So you mean like mind control, like telling people what to do kind of thing?
Yes. But with crazy.
Okay. Just one more mystery added to the fucking pile.
No, that's not a mystery.
No?
That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Do you remember our conversation about how you should never tell anyone what you're fully capable of?
Yeah. Did I fuck that up?
No. You did not. But she just showed us something that no one knew she could do.
Mm. Why aren't there more Malkavians in the city? Why is she the only one?
I don't know. Well, there's that one. He always comes to visit.
Who? Oh, not duct tape.
Yeah. That's a weird name.
It is.
I guess I go by a nickname as well, so.
Oh, what's your nickname?
Sombra.
Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I actually thought that was your first name.
Sombra means shadow.
It's a good name. So, bro, why didn't my blood sorcery work?
I don't know.
I
That
tried
is
it twice.
also scary
Mm.
and implies that I have failed you in multiple ways.
Oh,
You'll be ready
no,
when we get to the place where we go take down Sebastian. I will ensure it. But you need to study.
I will. I'll practice. I've been doing my ritual every night to practice that. Do you know if Rue got to have a sample of the blood, the hunters? Sylvie said it hurt her.
Yes, they're working on it.
Okay. What's the Inquisition that I think it was the prince mentioned? What's
a big problem? The Inquisition is a group that is doing a very good job at limiting the number of kindred that they come in contact with.
Hmm.
It's very much like you would think of the Inquisition from history. But you know, for us, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
We thought we had an incursion problem.
This is worse.
Might be.
Is
If they've noticed the city, we're in trouble.
I guess they've noticed us now.
Maybe. Or this person was acting alone outside of the society. I don't know.
Do you know if the people that we faced tonight, last night, I don't suppose you know, is that sort of a typical skill set that we would expect to see of hunters? Is that
the skill set? Maybe. I'll have to watch it again, but the blood is weird. There's a lot of weird shit going on.
There really
We're
is.
old. You know, I'm old. I don't like change. Fuck. And she just kicks her feet up on her desk.
Well, Izzy texted and said that she's been given a new apartment for us to live in because our home has been compromised.
Yes. Claudia, we need to have a very serious conversation. Do you see what happens when you do not properly disengage from human society?
Yeah.
You need to get rid of your apartment and your sister and your job.
I think it might be a good idea to at least keep the job until I'm ready to take on Sebastian.
No.
No? Okay.
Because if you quit your job now, then you do not suddenly stop working when the man dies.
Right. Of course. Okay. I will quit my job.
You do not have to answer to me about these things now, but you need to figure it out.
I will.
You cannot wait for her to age. Whatever forces brought you all into this world have decided that you will not be given mercy. Seems to be your fates.
How do people normally disengage from human society? To fake their own death?
Fake their own death. Kill off the people that they love.
I would prefer to avoid
No
that
love.
if
I mean,
possible.
some people get to kill off people they don't love. You get to do that.
I will work on it, and I'll report back to you soon on what I'm going to do.
I understand that it's difficult.
So
I was
is
the
everything
only
about
survivor
this.
in my family when I was turned. So I did not have to go through this.
What happened to your family?
They died.
I'm sorry.
Please don't cry. I really am having a hard time not hugging you, and it's very strange for me. We don't want children. Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
She like walks over, sits next to you, just like puts her hand on your knee.
I'll just kind of lean into her.
Okay. She like pats your head. You've got to toughen up. I guess in some ways it's okay that you feel safe to cry in my office.
I don't. Why do I keep attracting things that? There's so many different ways you can be violated. Why? Why does this keep happening?
She like sits, turns in the like Shea lounge. Look at me. It may not be the right answer, but it is an answer. You let the world.
How do I not do that?
Take control. Shit will happen. But if you feel like you have power and control, you have to figure out how in yourself. I don't know. Do the thing like you sit in the mirror and you say, I'm badass.
Words of affirmation. Vampire.
Strong. I don't know. Talk to Kai.
I'll talk to Kai.
Things come in threes. Maybe it's over.
I hope so. Thank you for training me. Oh,
I'm very bad at this. I don't like this part.
I really appreciate everything you've taught me.
Sooner or later, you kill enough people, you lose enough humanity. It doesn't hurt as much. There's that option.
Yeah.
Which
Still
I
got a few
will
more to go.
explain more later.
Sorry.
I'll explain more about that later.
think I'll find the others and just go home and try and get some sleep. It's been a hell of a day.
Yeah, and it's only 10.
Is this what kindred life is? Or is this
I mean, there are some things about this that are extraordinary, and then there are some things that are like, well, this is kind of the way it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're very emotional.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I'll like get bored periodically and just like send random cat memes to the group, to the new group. Be like, where are you guys? I want to go see this place. It's a high rise, guys. It's a high rise.
You are way too excited about this damn high rise. But what's funny is occasionally you slip into a very jesterish, somber accent, and I'm like, I'm here for this.
I'm here for it. All right, out.
Did they find any information about the blood that they got from the train?
Oh yeah, shit. I've left. I forgot. Next time. Guess I'll go and find everybody.
Okay. Amelia?
Yes. I'm gonna go look for my girl.
Okay.
So I walk to the hallway where I have had my head beaten in several times before.
That's your place.
She's sitting there on the couch, heels kicked up on the table, bullshitting with Butch.
Hey guys. Didn't die.
Hi, babe.
Can we have a chat in private?
Sure. She like gets up, like makes kind of a like deal of her sway as she like, goes over to a corner of the Bruja area.
So been getting my ass kicked kind of regularly. I need to be able to do what you can do. Please.
What are you asking for, Amelia?
Could you please teach me how to be strong like you? So I can protect myself and protect my coterie and fight by your side at the war, because right now I am a sitting duck. I appear to just be really good at filming shit. Like, I literally couldn't do anything in that fight with hunters. Like, they would have just killed me.
Because you're just a pretty face.
Yes. Because I am just a pretty face with no brains.
Do you understand what you're asking me?
Is there like some special rules? Like, you put me through like the get the living kick shit out of you for a week already.
There's only one way, really, that I could teach you, if you will, the ability to be strong. That's a Bruja trait, which we call potence. Guess you could learn it from somebody else who has it. There's only one way you pick up other disciplines.
How do you do that?
Drink enough blood that has it in it.
So you're telling me that the reason you're looking at me like that is that after I came in here and chucked a massive tantrum about drinking your blood, that now I'm have to ask you very politely if I can drink your blood.
Mm-hmm. But see, then there was that whole bit, my darling, about how was any of it real? And all of those feelings will return because you would be blood bonded to me. And far more obedient than you usually are. I am really enjoying this, by the way.
You are. I have a question, though.
Sure.
What happens if you drink my blood?
Why would I want you?
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You're suggesting it might be helpful if I had things like presence type abilities.
Yeah. I mean, could help you in commanding the boys a little. Boys and girls.
You don't think I do a good enough job?
Oh, you do a very good job of being head bitch in charge. I'm not saying you're not very good at that. But what's wrong with adding more things to your bow? I was more saying, like, if it's kind of like mutual with the feelings thing and kind of reflective about the way we already feel about each other, then maybe like, then maybe I wouldn't be such a whiny bitch.
I have to ask.
Who do we have to get
I need to get permission for that. I have obligations to the war, and it wouldn't be a great plan to have one of the lieutenants obedient to someone else.
You are really enjoying this quite a lot.
I'm not saying no.
I guess what's the harm in asking?
You clearly haven't talked to anyone else about this plan, have you?
No, not at all. I'm just like a small, tiny little sunflower in like a field of vipers, and I am just gonna get my ass kicked every day. Look how pretty this face is.
It is a pretty face.
It's such a pretty face.
Yeah.
And it's just getting kicked all the time.
Your death count went up. And she like runs her finger down your newsflash.
Well, I tend to be good at finishing things that other people can't.
Valid. I'll ask.
Okay. See, me discussing plans. You see the shit show that I live with, right?
I've seen
On a
it.
regular basis.
For a long time, I've seen it. And she just like pushes you against the wall, like leans in. So you're gonna ask directly that you want to be under my power?
Trixie.
Yes, Amelia.
Can I please drink your blood so I can be more obedient?
Maybe. She kisses you on the nose and walks away.
Pearl's literal hard eyes just now.
Your phone starts buzzing, and there's like a stupid cat meme right there.
Amelia's just like, women are gonna kill me. All the women in my life are just trying to kill me. And she, follows her out. Checks in. And says she's got these new digs. I'm gonna go check them out. But I'll come swing by the club and go over like the footage and the like talk about more in detail about what happened and what everyone can do and shit.
Okay.
And
She looks like she's gonna eat you. That's exciting.
my life. So you meet this chick at a bar, right? This really cool bar that you've just started like performing at, and you think she's really hot. Crazy, sexy, hot Latina. You're like, amazing.
Fucking turns out she's a vampire, Lieutenant.
Like in charge of everyone. And that like making you her bitch is like her own personal Olympic sport. Life's good.
He just like shrugs. And as you all get out to the car, and you're all kind of filing in, Carson Dean comes around the corner and walks up to you, Izzy.
Can I help you?
There's a note for you.
Have a good one,
In
Carson.
beautifully like foiled, amazing paper that is also bedazzled.
It's Victor.
Yes.
There is a wax seal that has a crown on it and glitter in it.
Yes.
It is both beautiful and campy all at the same time.
All the things I need right now. I'll does he watch me try and open it, or is he like just hand it off and
He
walk
just
away?
hands it to you and kind of like backs away.
Good to see you got out of the closet, mate.
It's probably the hunger in my eyes. It's probably just, yeah. I'll open up the very carefully, preserving the seal if I can, because this is cool.
In elegant medieval style writing, it says, "My darling, you aimed too high."
I'm gonna look around a little bit, and that's all it says, right?
Mhm.
That's a very pretty death threat right there. I'll hold
Is
it back
it
up and think about it for right now.
I just got a
What
new
is it
ship.
saying? Is he?
Because that's interesting. So I'm gonna, fold it up, put it away. Not gonna tell the group about it because I want to ponder this one for a bit.
Okay.
And by any chance, did any of them bring the cat to Elysium, or did they leave the cat over there?
Pebbles is still at the house.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop at the house.
All your shit's still at the house too.
True. Pretty sure, like on the front door, it's got like big old caution, gas pipe leak or something. Beware of remains.
Pearl, even her aunt.
No!
Ethan?
Emotional damage.
Oh no. Did you kill Pebbles?
When you all get there, Pebbles is missing.
Oh no.
Did someone open the door?
Door's probably
Genevieve's
open.
room.
Genevieve's door is open. Yes.
Great.
Fuck.
Are any of the other doors open, or is it just Genevieve's?
Yeah, I mean, they're all the bedroom doors are open.
But like, the apartment was closed.
Mm-hmm.
Can we still just do a quick look? Maybe she just left Genevieve's room and is hiding somewhere else.
We can kick off next episode with that.
The search for pickles.
For Pebbles.
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 Stein?
Stein.
Stein, really.
Pebbles Stein. That's his full name now.
So
Pebbles Picklestein.
Pebblestein.
Pebbles Picklestein.
you all will be gathering your things and moving to the new apartments or new digs shortly, and we are going to end the episode there tonight. I kind of like don't want to say it. Do you want to say it?
Me? Yeah, I can say it. It's been fun, guys, but I am not rolling up a new character. So you get to watch these hooligans instead.
Mm-hmm. You want to close us out with the scene?
Sure. It's been fun. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to resubscribe if you use Amazon Prime. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Follow us on YouTube. And we'll see you next time.
Oh, we love you.